Hey guys, I just wanted to pop in real quick and kind of do an end of the month wrap up, what I read in August kind of thing. I used to do these about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, whenever I first started on BookTube. I don't know, I go through reading slumps. Some months I'll only read one book, some months I'll read like 10 or 11. So here lately I just haven't felt like I've read enough to warrant one of these videos. I actually had a pretty good month this month, even though tons of crazy stuff has been going on. So I just kind of wanted to show you what books I plowed through this month and give you kind of a quick what I thought about them. So in the nonfiction books that I read this month, I read How to Write a Nonfiction Book Proposal. I actually have a business called Indie Assist where I help indie authors kind of market, and basically I'm a personal assistant for independent authors. So this book I thought was interesting. I feel like I should read a bunch of stuff about the writing business to kind of help me better my clients. Does that make sense? So I was really excited when I got sent this for a review. It's excellent. There's so much information in here. There's even like sample contracts and like stuff like that in there, which for me would make it worth the price of the book just to get the sample contracts, and you know, and then on top of that you've got all explanations of how the business works, how getting the proposal together and all of that. So this was a definitely good read for anybody that is planning on writing a memoir or something of the nonfiction nature. The next book I read, well, this isn't actually in order because I'm too lazy to look online and see. I also read Tandem this month. This is it's listed as Christian fiction, but it's about vampires. So I picked it up and I was like, okay, how's Christian fiction going to have vampires in it? It was really interesting how they correlated the two, how they had vampires but still kept it kind of clean enough that it could fall into the Christian fiction genre. This was excellent. I didn't realize it's actually book 2 in a series until I had finished reading it and I was actually looking at, you know, some stuff online about it. Looked up the author to try to find some information and all that. So this is book 2 in the Thirsty series. I liked it enough. I'm going to pick up book 1. So that says a lot right there. I'm willing to backstep and read them out of order. Does that make sense? But I just thought it was really good. It's more mystery and drama and all of that than it is about the vampires, but vampires are in it. Vampires play a big part in it. They're not the kinky, sparkly vampires that we have now, and they're not the nasty, scary vampires that we're used to. Well, actually they are. It just doesn't really go into a lot of detail. But anyway, I'm confusing myself. This was a good read. I am going to pick up the first book in the series. If you like vampire stuff, if you like mysteries, thrillers, that type of book, this would be a good read for you. I thought it was really good. I also read Ad Nauseum this month by C.W. Lassart. This was awesome. It's short stories. I think it's independently published. Yeah, it's an indie book. It's short stories. She actually won a bunch of awards, and this is her first like short story release, I think. So these stories range everywhere from gory and gruesome to, oh my god, I cannot believe she just said that. So it was excellent. I'll probably read it again because it was gory. It wasn't scary. It was gory, and then it kind of had that a little naughty in some of the stories. So this might even qualify as like falling into the splatterpunk genre. I don't know. It was really good. You should check it out if you like gory stuff, that type. It's not scary, however. Yeah, you should just check it out if you like that kind of stuff. It was good. I finally finished I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. This is also short stories. I Am Legend is just one of the stories in the book. It's the longest. It's the first one. I loved it. I can't believe, as bored as I was through the movie, that the story, I was just sucked in from the very beginning. I think I cried twice, and this is a short story. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I just thought, you know, the rest of the short stories, like any book with short stories in it, some of them are better than others. Do you know what I mean? So, there was a couple of really good ones, and then a couple of, meh, that was okay. But the I Am Legend story, which is the main one, I thought was excellent. I can't believe Hollywood screwed it up that much. I don't know. I mean, I know people there are people that like the movie, so I shouldn't bag on it that bad. Just for me, I didn't care for Will Smith's character at all. I thought the movie was boring. Thought the ending was stupid. However, in the story, there's a lot of stuff that's in the story that allows you to connect to the character better, and once you have a connection to your character, you care about the story. Does that make sense? Anyway, so yeah, this was really good. If you have not picked it up, it's considered a classic. This is considered to be the book that started the zombie craze, so I think you should check it out. Also this month I read and finished Darkroot, which is book 2 in the Rime of the Willow series. Yes, I read an ebook. Are you impressed with me? I am. The authors were kind enough to not only send me a review copy, but they sent me a copy for giveaway. Book 1 in the series, Shadow Bloom, I believe is a free download on Amazon. So I'll put a link to that down below. And then Rime of the Willow in ebook, and then Darkroot, which is book 2, I think is $2.99. I'm not sure, but I'm doing a giveaway for 1 copy of this. It's digital and it goes through Amazon.com, but I'm going to say it's international because I think if you click to the link and it takes you to Amazon, it'll kick you over if you don't use the .com, like if you use one of the other Amazons. I don't know. This is my first time ever giving away an ebook, so it's kind of like a test for me. But if you are interested in reading this, it is, I'll say, upper middle grade, lower YA. It is fantasy, kind of urban fantasy, because it creates a whole nother world. It is not dystopian. These kids kind of run across a, they enter a garden, but when they enter the garden, it actually takes them to another world. They're looking for their parents, and it's hard to explain. I think you should check it out. It is really good. I read the first book. I was kind of really hard on it in the review, and then my kids read it, and as we talked about it, like, hearing them being excited about it it took me from a meh to a, yeah, that was awesome. Do you know what I mean? So I was really happy when they offered me the second book for review. I'm surprised they did, because I kind of gave it a shits review on the first one. But I did go back and edit it and put it at the bottom after talking to my kids. You know, I kind of changed how I feel about it, and I really like book 2. I still think, the characters, I don't know, I just can't connect to the little girl. It's twins, a boy and a girl, and Aniva is the little girl, and I don't know, I just think she's a punk. If she was my kid, I'd want to spank her. Do you know what I mean? But I don't know, that's going too much on the mommy side and not enough on the story side. I just think you should check it out. Giveaway is on my blog. I'll put a link to that down below. I thought it was great. I can't wait to see what they do in the last book to, like, finish the series off. It's really good, so check that out if you haven't checked it out yet. Book 1 is called Shadow Bloom. And then I haven't actually finished this. This is Finding Poe. I'm about 70 pages in, I think. But today's Friday when I'm filming this, so I'm saying I'm going to be done with this month. So far, I'm really liking it. I hope it, like, keeps up the pace, keeps up the mystery, keeps up the creepy. As long as it does that, it's going to be great. I would recommend it to anybody. Spooky. Check it out. I'm also reading Cinder. I'm going to start it either this weekend or the middle of next week. I have to have this read by the 1st because our book club is the 1st. I put it off until the very end so it would be fresh on my mind when we had our book club. I want it to be the last book I read before we have book club on the 1st. So I can't tell you if it's good or not. I can just tell you that I am going to read it this month. So I'm going to go ahead and throw it on here. And that was my month in reading. What do you think? What did you read this month? Yeah, that was my August in books. I hope I have another good month next month. What'd you read this month? Let me know down below. Make a video, do a video response or something. I want to see what you read this month. Thanks for watching. See ya. Please do an end of the month wrap-up video. I don't really watch a lot of reviews because I hate getting spoiled, and it just seems like in the wrap-ups everybody's more willing to, like, quickly summarize just whether they liked it or not. So those are the videos I find that I'm watching a lot more. I watch those a lot more than I watch reviews. So I would love it if you do book type stuff on your channel, if you would do an end of the month wrap up. Even if you only do like 1 or 2 books, I think I'm going to get back into starting doing them every month. I used to do them every month and then I stopped. I don't know why I stopped, but I think I'm going to start doing it again. But anyway, that's my request from you. Please do end of the month wrap-ups because I don't really like to watch reviews. I finally the